All right, we're going live and welcome. This is TioMichaelTalks. I'm here with my buddy Lewis. We are talking about Avengers Doomsday. To everybody's shock yesterday, the trailer dropped way before San Diego Comic Con started, which kicks off this week on Wednesday or Thursday.
Huh.
So that means there's going to be a lot of news coming out, and I think Disney Marvel, went ahead and got a jump on everybody.
I'm really
What-
curious to see who is going to show up at Comic Con.
Well, and I think I heard that the major studios weren't going to be as big this year,
Really?
if I'm not mistaken. I remember I heard something about that, that they're trying to cut back a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. Because a lot of people now are doing live streams and everything on their own companies. We'll
Hmm.
see what happens.
Well, you know Disney, and Marvel, they're going to do something. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it big.
Well, first off, we kicked off last week, Thursday, Friday, sometime last week, where Marvel announced they are leaving New York City.
I didn't know that.
Marvel Comics Publications will be moving their offices west to be located in the West Coast. I think they're headed to Burbank.
Really?
Now, DC did
Interesting.
a similar thing about, what was it, 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago?
Hmm.
And they're now located on the West Coast. So this will mark an end to the East Coast, the New York centering of the publications.
Interesting.
Then we come into the weekend where all of a sudden Monday, Avengers Doomsday drops with major footage
Questions.
and lots of questions.
Yes.
Some of the video was pieces we've seen where they've teased us with little fractions of it. They did like four versions of back when Fantastic Four
I think
was
they did
coming
a
out.
couple. Didn't they do like Thor, one that focused on Thor, the Wakandans? I think one was focused on X-Men and then Fantastic Four, right?
Correct. And so you saw those pieces on there, but with some major stuff. Now, one thing I know they did not show was at the end of Fantastic Four, the movie, we had a scene where it looks like Franklin Richards was being approached by Doom.
I think they
And
can. Go ahead. Sorry.
I didn't see that in the trailer.
No, maybe I don't know. I'm curious to see where this is going to pick up, where this movie takes place, or excuse me, not so much where it takes place. I'm curious to see where it's going to pick up.
Hmm.
You know, because you have the re-release of Endgame, which I think is going to have. I mean, I think, or I read somewhere that it's going to have some added footage.
7 minutes. 7 minutes of added footage is rumored to be headed in there, which is supposed to tie in directly with the Doomsday.
So I wonder
And
if we'll
don't
have
forget,
clues.
even though don't forget that even though next the 27th, even though it's a Sony film, Spider-Man is still part of the MCU,
Yes.
and he comes out on the 27th.
I'm planning on seeing that.
And so that's going to feature a unity of the TV show with Frank Castle's Punisher and the MCU with the Hulk. So we know those two are in it.
And then there's the rumor that Sadie Sink is playing Jean Grey, but she's not confirming it, of course.
Right. And also, I heard a weird rumor. Not sure if it's true or not, but we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a rumor. That Miles Morales might make
Gonna
his
make the
um,
appearance.
live appearance premiere.
Well, I had read somewhere where I think I think I don't know, remember if it was an article or something, or just somebody podcasting about it. but I believe like Tom Holland said that that's where they want to go because he can only play Spider-Man so long. And if you remember in Homecoming, you did have his uncle, Miles' uncle, who mentioned
Yeah, he's
the name
his
Miles.
the family's already located in the universe, so we know that.
Yeah. Yeah, childish. Yeah. I forget what his real name is, but the actor that actor who's a rapper, Childish Gambino,
Yeah,
played
Danny,
the uncle.
is it Danny Glover?
No, Donald Glover.
Donald Glover, not Dan.
Yeah.
Danny Glover's Lethal Weapon.
Yeah. That was
So
sad news about that, but
so he was also Donald the Glover was also featured in Across the Spider Verse.
that's right.
So that could be where we're leading into. Well, let's see. Let's see. So, what's your initial response like when you saw the trailer? What did you think?
When you sent me the text yesterday with the link to Instagram, the AMC Theaters trailer, my jaw dropped. I was like, what is going on here? But now I wonder, is that Doom speaking in the beginning before Thor speaks?
I don't know. It sounded to me like Robert Downey Jr.'s voice using an accent.
That's what I thought too. I was watching it again. And I was like, huh. But overall, I loved it. I mean, I was like excited. I'm like, okay, I gotta get tickets. I'm gonna wait till closer, of course. You know. But I don't know. I went and saw the Odyssey yesterday in 4DX, and I thought to myself, yeah, I've got to see Spider-Man in this and eventually Avengers in this format. But but again, back to the trailer, it had me excited about what's to come, in the future, because I
Hmm.
like all the characters. So seeing a lot of these characters in this trailer was awesome. Whether it be Steve Rogers, you know, the Falcon, it was good to see. It's good to see everybody back. You know,
It as much as I've enjoyed with some of the stuff that they've been doing, it made me realize that I miss the old crew.
like the original X-Men.
Yeah, just watching everybody all together.
Now, I didn't realize that Rebecca Romaine was back as Mystique. I kept thinking that that was Jennifer Lawrence. And then
I
I
was
looked back and I was like, what?
I was shocked by that too because I was wondering. I said, okay, now they did something different with. Hold on one second.
Hmm.
They did something different because you could see the change in the original Mystique design. But I also said, was they? She looks older, and I said, what's going on? Because it didn't look like the Jennifer Lawrence one.
Hmm.
And when I realized and I saw the comments, I was impressed. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, she even shared something on social media, saying I'm back, you know. And I thought, okay, that was Rebecca Romaine.
All right, hold on one second. My cousin's coming on.
Uh-huh.
Brian, can you hear me?
Yeah,
All right. This is my cousin Brian, and Lewis, this is
Hey,
my cousin.
Brian.
nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. That's right. We did it when we were talking about Spider-Man a while
Yeah,
back.
now the crazy Avengers Doomsday. I'm like fan geeking out.
I think everybody is. I
Yeah,
think it hasn't hit everybody yet, but it
mm,
will soon.
20,
Like
20 years in the making
I know.
or more.
Michael, the crazy thing we just mentioned Rebecca Romaine. A lot of people don't realize, but she was also in The Punisher, the 2004 version. So she's no
Really?
strange. She's no stranger to Marvel.
Oh wow, that's insane.
So I was asking Lewis about his initial reaction. What was your initial reaction yesterday, Brian?
Honestly, it was surprising that we knew that Chris Evans was gonna come back for some reason. Um, I don't know if it was gonna be this one or the Secret Wars, but I'm glad they brought him here because it gives us the story that we all wanted. MCU is hard to come by so many good A-list actors to basically tell the story as a comic fan, you know. And my initial reaction was just like, "Oh my god, I'm seeing this again." After Endgame, I'm able to see it again. I thought I was never going to see it at all, but I'm glad I
Hmm.
was able to you know, come Christmas and witness again another epic battle.
Yeah.
True. Let me ask you guys something. Okay. What version of Steve Rogers is this, though?
Oof, that's gotta be hard. When I saw Thor, I did see him with the last Endgame Thor. Like I saw him with the suit and like his eyes flashed and stuff like that. So this could be, I don't know. It's hard to. I believe this is not the 616 Steve Rogers. This is a different Steve Rogers that we all knew. It's not the old man that
Because I was going to say, the last time we saw him, he was old,
yeah, so
officially.
I can't say this is definitely the old Steve Rogers, or they went back in time, or but I did remember that Hank, Ant-Man, did find a way to go back in time.
That's right.
So I'm not sure if they're gonna try to pull that off. And Loki also was able to find the timeline because I did see Loki there. So
Hmm.
there's a lot of things. But a
True.
They
lot
got us.
of
They got us guessing.
Well, they got
no,
us guessing because I heard a lot of,
I'm
I heard some crazy rumors about that, or people are saying, or excuse me, I saw something online where it said, that if we see Steve Rogers, it's not the Steve Rogers that we think we know. It's somebody sent by Doom. And I'm like, anything's possible with Marvel these days.
Is it
But
a scroll?
is it a
Is it
what?
is it a scroll? Because we've had the whole scroll, um, the whole invasion thing that happened during the streaming.
that happened too.
Anything is possible,
Is it the Captain America that's from Hydra,
Captain
like
Hydra.
the comic books where he betrays them,
That can be also like
I
honestly,
hope not. I hope he helps them.
or is this the same Captain America? Because remember, he doesn't show up again in Endgame until he's old, and has that one. And when you look back at the old Cap giving the shield, he's holding back a lot, and he lived his whole life. Did he live through this already?
the thing is, Sam
That's the
Wilson was
time
there.
travel one.
That's the thing.
That's right. Sam Wilson's there, so it's like, wait a minute.
It
What did
can't
they do?
because we're not gonna break it. I know that. Like we
so
won't
so
break
Yeah.
it.
that's one thing. Now, the other thing is, and I didn't catch this until maybe I watched that video probably about 45 times at least.
I did once. I was gonna. I just once, and I
Doom
was like saving it,
Doom stopped Stormbreaker with two fingers.
just like that. Mm. I
Doom
was like,
stopped Stormbreaker with two fingers. So I heard a comment by somebody in one of my sites where Doom doesn't have that kind of power unless he absorbs from somebody else. Like he has taken down Galactus and stole his power. He has taken down the Beyonder. This is comic book version,
Yeah.
and used his power. So whose power did he steal? So to that end, I have to ask you, think about the plot threads that are running through the Marvel Universe right now. We left off with the Skrull invasion, with all of the Skrulls um, uniting underneath the one queen now. And she has super Skrull powers, right?
I need to go back and watch that.
this is what this is
It's
why it's
making me want
important.
to go back and watch everything, all the
Yes.
shows,
So
all the
But
movies.
Louis, you have to include everything: the TV
yeah,
shows, the
everything counts.
MCU's.
They may not focus, and it doesn't
What
have to
if?
mean it doesn't mean that it has to go one to the other. It just needs a little bit to let you know that it's in that world. So we have the Skrulls still running around, but now they have the ability to mimic the superpowers.
Hmm.
We have Captain Marvel, the
Hmm.
black Captain Marvel, Spectrum or whatever she is now. She is in the X-Men universe,
Hmm.
right? That's where we left her. We have Doctor Strange and Clea fighting a rift that entered the dark dimension of Dormammu.
We saw that in the last
That was the
the
end of Doctor
multiverse of
Strange.
madness. I'm hoping we see him again down
You
the
have
road.
Spider-Man who's going to answer a question too, probably, because remember, they had, if you just watch the end of Homecoming over, they had that rift that had all those different guys trying to get into our universe,
Yeah.
and they sealed it. Venom managed to slip in and then leave a little piece of himself.
Oh, you mean No Way Home
Yeah.
at the end?
So we have that. And we also have the idea of what's going to happen to Spider Man now. So we're going to find out. That's going to be another piece in the puzzle to see where they're at. We have the Avenger kids
Yeah.
been building up across the spectrum there. And let's see who else. Who else we got running around?
Are we going to see the Guardians again, you think?
Oh, we have the Guardians. And the big thing with the Guardians is we have um, Star Lord is on Earth.
Because the last time we saw them, they were with Thor,
Yeah, but remember,
Right.
he at the ending of
right?
Star Lord, he was on Earth with his friend with his family.
Wait, was that the last time we
The
saw
last
them,
Guardians.
or was Guardians?
Remember,
Wait,
the
So
Guardians split off from Thor again.
was Guardians 3 after Thor: Love and Thunder?
I believe
so
so.
so Love and Thunder, I think, was before the Last Guardian. Like, I think Love and Thunder, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy
Oh,
when.
I know what else I forgot. The Celestial. We have a Celestial that they
But
stopped from being born, but it's still in the United States. You know, because Captain America addressed it in the Red Hulk one episode movie, where that's where they're getting the adamantium and all that from.
That's right.
true, that was one. They did mention
Brave New
adamantium
World.
in Black Panther also.
Oh,
So
and let's
Yes,
talk
they
about
did.
Black Panther,
They
which was
mentioned,
in the
but you know what?
video,
You go back to
in the trailer.
adamantium, even in Avengers: Age of Ultron, they mentioned it.
Yep. And then in in what was I saying now? Not the Avengers. In the new
Black
Avengers,
Panther.
we've got the whole idea of them meeting the Fantastic Four. Oh,
true.
Black Panther. In the trailer, you see Submariner almost taking a king-like presence. To me, it looked like in Wakanda. That didn't look like Atlantis. I have to look at the video again. It was like a shark mouth. You know what I mean?
They got some
Yeah.
explaining to do.
But my thing is, would they? It's two parts. It's a two-part series. So there's no way they're gonna be able to fit all this in one movie.
Oh
Well,
hell
yeah,
no.
So
you got the Avengers Secret Wars coming out eventually after.
so
Yeah.
but Dooms itself, it's gonna be a good 2 hour, 3 hour movie.
3
Because
hours 20 something minutes, they said is the official
and then
time.
s- and then Spider-Man, I think this is the longest Spider-Man, right? The one that's coming out at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So
My
this
question
is
is this: how much of Doom's backstory do you think that they will give?
Hmm.
I don't know.
It has to be from scratch because this will be the first time we'll see a Doom.
And who
Um
is and who is Doom really? You know, why
my
is he evil?
my
I
thing
mean,
is we know that it's gonna be played as Robert Downey Jr.
yeah,
and they'll probably do us justice, like, yes, Iron Man passed away and then his looks and stuff like that. But in the Invincible Iron Man, Doom becomes, the the Invincible Iron Man, like this whole
Yeah,
thing.
we can
So
get some ideas from the comics, but the fact is they're gonna play fast, footloose, and fancy free with that.
is
So
the word,
they're
yeah.
gonna make it what they want. So okay, so let's go with predictions. What's your number one prediction for the Doomsday movie? Who's the ultimate villain? Is it Doom, Mephisto, or are we going to be introduced to the Beyonder?
that's gonna be a good question. It's a good question.
Because we got Mephisto still out there, and they've already identified him in
Yeah,
Ironheart.
and yeah, he's coming in Ironheart.
I need to go watch Ironheart.
Lewis is like, damn, I got to watch all these shows.
I started to watch it and I turned it off. I was like, I'm not watching this.
Yeah, it's like it's hard to watch, but at the same time, it fills the gap. Like every movie fills part of what leads up to Doomsday.
You can't
Um,
watch them thinking that it's an exact lead in. It's a story within the world of Marvel, and then there's
exactly.
going to be a little bit in there that they'll use to pepper into the overall story. It's very similar to the way Marvel used to do their comics. This is before every issue had Wolverine, Spider-Man, and Gambit in it.
Right.
Oh,
Speaking of
sorry.
Wolverine,
Before we go into predictions,
yes,
Gambit versus Shang-Chi. Oh man.
I thought that was cool.
I loved it. I loved it. You know.
I liked it.
And he's like, bro, come on, you're throwing rings at me. I have cards. It's like I have
So,
cards. And
But now, but speaking of Gambit, I wonder how they're going to bring him about. Because is he a part of that of
all
the
right, so
old
let's
X
be
Men?
before predictions. Question one: which X team is it?
It's the old one because you got
Is it the original team? Is it the Days of Future Past team? Which X Men? To me, it's the one that was in the future from
Days
Days
of
of
Future
Future Past
Past.
that was dying.
It makes sense because
It looks like that world beat
you
up, destroyed, and now all of a sudden, to me, it's an incursion.
know you're right. It makes sense because I mean, if you go back and watch Days of Future Past, weren't they all together? Even Magneto.
Yeah, that's to me. That's what I'm thinking. What do you think it is?
I'm kind of with you on Michael on that.
I
Could
mean,
be.
based on the characters that they mention, um, I just want to I just want to know who's going to be Jean Grey because I know
Yeah.
they didn't mention her or they haven't done anything, and you know, I'm cheating a little bit. On the TMZ, they actually addressed it her. It's like, hey, what do you think about the Spider-Man movie? Is someone gonna take your place? And then she's like, no comments, and then she left. But this is something will be hard for me. I think Future Past
Okay.
will be the X-Men's. Because Storm, Wolverine, Beast, Gambit, Cyclops,
Hmm.
Rogue. Who is the Rogue that we're gonna get? Because
Who's
you can't have Gambit without a Rogue.
do you think we'll
So,
see? You think we'll see Wolverine
oh,
at
for
some point in
sure.
this, or do you think maybe they're just saying, "Wait a minute, we've got way too many people. Let's bring them back in another movie," type deal?
Like Wolverine is definitely going to show up. Like
Yeah.
you
That's
can't have
the little trick with that is they don't have to have like major roles, but all they have to do is show a piece of them looking up at something or fighting
15
during one scene.
about a good 15 minutes is all you
Yeah,
need.
boom, boom.
Just
You
You
show
know.
can
just show Deadpool, and then everything's all crazy.
it's like
Question two: how much of the TVA and Loki is going to play a part in this?
this is gonna be a good moment of TVA because Loki has to do with this a lot. Like Loki has to do with the timeline breaking. This has to do with the change, him sitting on the throne of the timeline, taking over. Um, I believe Loki has a major part in this,
The multiverse, I think, is going to have a big part in this too, because of the spell that Doctor Doom cast for Peter
and
Parker.
and and yep, that also.
So the question that was answered for me by the trailer was the multiverse was broken in the last set of movies. Now we see that time is broken because we saw an old Captain America. Now we see a young Captain America. So I think that we are going to be, and this is based off of a little comment that somebody did on one of their videos on YouTube. Each of the titles of the main Avengers titles was colored based on one of the time stones.
Hmm.
Ooh, I have to. If you see that, I'm like,
Red for
what?
power, yellow for all those different ones. This one is green based on the time stone.
You talking about Thanos' time stones?
Yes, all of the Infinity Stones were colored, and each color of the title dealt with each one of those stones.
Now that you talk about it, it does make sense.
So this one was titled in green, which everybody thought was Doctor Doom green, but it's also the Time Stone green. And the fact that we see a young Captain America says, "Hey, maybe time is broken," and this is going to cause, based on the comic books, and I don't want to be a spoiler between letting people know spoilers in this, I guess. On the comic book version, the what do they call them? No, not conciliar. What were they called now?
Uh,
The group of super brains that were making the decisions.
I don't
With
remember.
with
Not the comic book. In the comic book,
with Kang,
no, with in the comic book in Secret Wars comic book, the storyline where
the guys with the big brains and stuff.
yeah, I forgot their little code word for their name.
Yeah.
They were the secret, not the cabal, but they were the opposite side. They made all the decisions for the world. And so what happened was
Yeah.
they realized that there was multiple Earths converging into one space in one time, and you can't have the same. An object can't share the same space and same time, or it'll cause damage. And then in that
Mhm.
world, those worlds would have an incursion, and they would blow up, both of them. So they had to make a decision to say we either destroy their world or find a way to escape our world.
Hmm.
And some of them decided to destroy worlds. They blew up other universes, worlds, other versions of the
Yeah.
earth to save this earth. So, those kind of things were already addressed or introduced in the Doctor Strange multiverse of madness.
Mm-hmm.
And they introduced the whole idea of incursions. So we're going to see that. And I think time breaking is the sign that we're getting closer to an incursion on our Earth.
Let me ask you something, and it's interesting you mentioned Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness. In that film, we saw I think they were the Illuminati.
That's the name I was thinking. The Illuminati.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but in that film, we saw Black Bolt, we saw, you know, Reed Richards,
Xavier,
we
Reed
also saw
Richard.
Xavier. So it makes me wonder which version of Xavier or is this that we see in the trailer?
That
You
that was
know,
question one.
it's gonna be it's gonna be really interesting. I am sad though because I believe Sir Patrick Stewart said that this is his last run. I don't know if it's just as Professor
He's
X or maybe
he's
just
getting old.
done.
So here's my prediction. So let's go to prediction level.
Okay.
My prediction is we are going to be left either at the end or in the middle of the movie. We're going to face an incursion. Another Earth is coming close or destroying ours. I think that the Fantastic Four had to escape their Earth to try and solve an incursion, and their
Which they
universe is possibly gone.
which they did, and they you saw the trailers. You saw them shipping out to warn everybody, and that's when it ended.
And they're going to be talking about what's going on and that what's the level of what's facing us. They're going to have
So
to face the decision to destroy a world, and I wonder if Doctor Doom destroys the world.
I honestly think
And then
now
they
that
end up
Got me
where
thinking.
by destroying that world, they waited too long or they fought too much or that something happens where both worlds are going to be destroyed. And in my eyes, we're going to see the end of everything. But
You
then
think
they're
we're going
going
to
to
see various characters pass away?
then we're going to see the building or the creation of Battle World, which is the leftover pieces, and that starts the Secret Wars.
Who's supposed to be a part of Battle World?
I don't know. See, in the comic books, when they redid Secret Wars, and I'll give you a little history about Secret War. Secret Wars initially was a gimmick by the toy companies and Marvel
Hmm.
to sell the action figures because they were going to go into action figures like Star Wars, and they were hoping to take that, make a comic book, make it all exciting, and they sell the figures, and with that kind of money they could then introduce a cartoon show and everything else, which is kind of like the formula we see now. But back then in the 80s it was new. Jim Shooter came up with the idea, and they put together this whole form of let's take the best heroes and the best villains and face them against each other, and he created this whole battle world idea put together by the Beyonder, a being of almost godlike power, that there was a splinter put into our universe that woke his sentience up where he was at, and he was watching as we battled through the creation of the Marvel universe. That splinter ended up being created by the Molecule Man. His creation is what opened his universe because the Molecule Man was he's almost as powerful as the Beyonder, but he was very held back by his own inner psychological setbacks in his mind. And he's a classic villain of the Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
So they start battling each other, and all of a sudden, Doom refuses to battle. He wants to take the Beyonder's power. He manages to find a way, and he challenges the Beyonder using Galactus's power, and he loses. But Beyonder was so intrigued by his level of passion and his thrust for vengeance and trying to figure out stuff that the Beyonder was basically dissecting Doom, and they took apart half his body and he ripped half of his bones out. He literally was dissecting him like a science animal on a table. And Doom, instead of giving in to the pain and horror he was going through, held on to his anger and his hatred, and he had one trick left, because Doom doesn't only work with science, he works with magic. And so he
Mhm.
grabbed something, and it was in his armor, and he had to reach up for it with just one hand left, and he grabs it, and everything goes blank. Doom managed to steal the power of the Beyonder. The Beyonder was pissed off because he was trapped.
Mhm.
Beyonder was gone. Doom was using his power, but he had managed to keep a sliver of his being, the Beyonder, in Claw, the sound, the guy made out of sound. And he was waiting for a moment when Doom wasn't focusing to steal back his power. And that series was 12 issues and was tremendous,
I
because it was a
remember.
time where we saw just, it was tremendous just the way I explained what the basics were. But
No, of
there was
course.
things where
Yeah.
Wolverine cut off the Absorbing Man's arm.
Mhm.
Nightcrawler and the X-Men were defeated by Spider-Man. Spider-Man just showed how badass he really is, trying to escape from the X-Men because they thought the X-Men were teaming up with Magneto. Magneto was a villain, and they were like, why are you teaming up with him? The Hulk carried an entire mountain range on his back to
Mhm.
save the heroes. And I'm like, they had some major things that made you think, wow. And so they went and they came back after all that, and a lot of things changed. They tried to recreate Secret Wars with Secret Wars 2, and that was a summer long event that went through all of the Marvel comics. And that was very lackluster. It had some good story beats in it, but it was lackluster because there's so many books not consistent in writing and not consistent in art.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But um, it became more of a morality play of where the Beyonder basically tried to recreate himself as an infant to try to experience the human body, the human experience as an infant, and Molecule Man ended up killing him as a baby. So it was really deep. It was crazy. But then they wanted to bring it back in its 20th or 30th anniversary, and they had Jonathan Hickman take over
Mhm.
the Avengers and Fantastic Four. And he did an amazing storyline, built an entire world, and he built a Secret Wars that what we're similar to what's going on with the MCU now. And so if they use that plot point, Battle World was put together by Doom with
Mhm.
pieces of Earth that he managed to save from the Beyonders who were trying to destroy everything. And if you ever want to read a major story, you read the Crisis, not Crisis, excuse me. You read Secret Wars that Jonathan Hickman did, and the Avengers books that later they got big books of him, volumes.
Where can you
It's
find him at?
amazing.
Like,
It's amazing. That book was amazing. Jonathan Hickman is something else. But again, they're not going to do all of that in the movies.
no, they've got so much. I mean, so much time.
But you got
These
to remember, you already can glean some of it because you now get a sense. And of all things, if they introduce Doom the wrong way, he's the most powerful, most evil and powerful villain in the Marvel universe.
Mhm.
Okay,
So he's
he has
supposed to be
battled
badder than
Mephisto.
Thanos,
Oh yeah, there's a
badder than
scene in one of the Secret
Galactus.
Wars where Doom, God Doom, stole out the skeleton from Thanos. He pulled the bones right out of him.
Mhm.
So yeah, Doom is no
Yeah.
joke, and they had to introduce him as such. And the trailer, first off, the little preview of what looks like Doom talking to a little kid inside the fantastic mansion or fantastic the Baxter building for the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's like the devil just walked into your house right then and there and talking to your kid. That is scary as shit to me. You know, a lot of people don't get that. But then when you see him facing Thor and stop Stormbreaker with two fingers, they're gonna have this Doom is gonna be hyped up.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll think they'll scale them as, probably top two, top three. I mean, we can think as, comic book fans, we know that there's other people that can, but um, put up a fight with Doom. Villain wise, I would say he's up there in the tops, three. Um, because there's no way they're gonna give Doomsday and have him to be defeated that easily. So,
yeah.
Especially Robert. Yeah. They
and
ain't letting
and
him
and
go that easy.
and the reason why Robbie Downey Jr. wanted to do Doctor Doom, it was for him to think outside of his acting career, because he's all about, I want to break character, like I want to be better. And he said, what else can I do and achieve as an actor to play a fucking genius,
Hmm.
a dude with $1 billion net worth, and someone to conquer the world. And to give that role to Robbie Downey Jr. is just A-list. Like, this just
Yeah.
supreme. Like, I wouldn't think about anybody else. There was other actors out there, that I wanted to be Doom, but when they mentioned Robert Jr., I was like, that's a wrap.
Mm,
Because
okay.
when they
Yeah.
showed other movies of him playing, a crazy guy and like all these things in his world, it was amazing. Like, it was just something that only him as an actor can pull off.
So
So,
what's your prediction towards the movie?
so based on what I'm seeing in the trailer, or what I saw in the trailer, there's gonna be a lot of, I would say, a lot of Avengers, X-Men, and the whole nine yards pretty much dying. Like, we're gonna see a lot of them scratch out. Like, there's gonna be a couple of actors that are gonna be like, "Hey, this is my final role." You'll probably get a couple of them, new characters that we'll probably see, you know, to then go for the new universe, or whatever it is. But my prediction will be Doom will be unstoppable. That's just it's not
Sure.
it's not gonna be something that easy. Like, Thanos. Those like it took him what, 5 years? And I know with the acting and all that and getting production and stuff like that, but it was two Endgame, but it was Endgame, and then before that it was Avengers something. I forgot how it was part one and then part two. This one is just gonna be Secret Wars. I think Secret Wars will
Mhm.
be the battle between everyone trying to figure out where things take place. Like, how we're gonna go back to reality. How are we gonna go back to what things were? And because Doom will shake up everything and take advantage of the time being broken, that's why Doom is involved. Because not only Doom is a opportunist also. Like, if you look at
Yes.
it, he's
Mhm.
like, this is so easy for me now because now I can take advantage of time. And that's the only
So,
person that can think of it. So I think this would be a good way for, to implement him also. But Galactus, I don't know if it's Galactus or Beyonder, or
mhm.
there was a guy that had like the three marks, the Celestial that had the
We got the
six.
Celestial too. Yes.
So, you know,
Okay.
we'll see.
Lewis.
Um, man, like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and watch some stuff to piece things together. But um, man, I'm expecting a lot, of course, of course, to happen. That's going to set the course for Secret Wars and for the future. I mean, so
Mm.
yeah, we are going to see. I think this could be very well be the last time that we see some of these actors and actresses playing the Avenger characters and X Men. I can't rule
Mhm.
out Fantastic Four because I think we'll see them again down the road. Same thing with like I think we'll see like Sam Wilson down the road. Um, I mean, I know
Now, I keep hearing rumors that some of the actors are signing up for DC roles.
are they trying to do that again?
So I don't know, just because of about the length of time. What we're watching now was filmed, I think, last year, right? They were doing post production this year.
Wait a minute. What actors thinking about crossing to DC?
Sebastian Stan has been rumored as going over to
Oh,
DC. So you've got some people that picked up some jobs. Now, what's happening in Hollywood is they're not using as many actors as they used to. And they're focusing because they're wanting to make the biggest money out of the theaters. It's the same people playing in everything. Look at Odyssey. Odyssey was all Marvel characters.
yep.
I honestly think DC would do good on TV series. Like the Penguin.
Penguin was awesome, yes.
Hmm.
Penguin to me was the best TV show DC has ever put out,
I
hands
didn't
down.
finish it, but I like Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
And Colin Farrell was just amazing. His acting as the Penguin, and then all the other actors that were involved, they didn't.
Didn't he get an award?
They made it good.
He got
Yeah,
an
Well,
I
award
think
or
some of
something,
them.
didn't he?
The
oh
woman
yeah.
that did
Penguin.
the woman from the Penguin got an award. I know she did.
They Penguin itself got an award. I
Yeah.
don't know if Colin Farrell got best in the Emmys. Was it Emmys that they go for?
Yeah. The
I'm
TV.
not sure, but it did win an award. And um, if they do it like that, I think DC can pull off because the movies, for some reason, people are not going out there to go see movies, especially with Supergirl. Supergirl was just out last month and is now on
Hold that thought. We'll come to a DC. We'll do a DC show another time. But let's
okay.
go back to any
Marvel.
do
Actors.
you have any predictions, Lewis, or you got to go back and look at everything?
I got to go back and look everything, but I mean, obviously, I mean, at some point, everything will come full circle and hit me and be like, uh huh, I see. That's where they did it.
Yeah.
But
Well, this is not a plug for them, but right now I know Disney Plus has like different things that they're positioning for people to watch. It's kind of like they're telling you watch this first.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got to go look at those and check them out. We talked about some of them here, but it's one of those things where don't think that you're going to watch it and then lead into it.
Hmm.
It's clues. It's clues.
Yeah, you gotta put the pieces together. You gotta little by little grab some parts and say, oh, this has to do with this. This has to do with
Yeah.
that. Even
All right.
Agents of
So
Shield.
some
last
people need
question.
to
This is
stay.
on Marvel. This is on Marvel TV.
Yeah.
What has been, in your mind, the best Marvel TV show to date? And remember, you've got Wonder Man, you've got Daredevil, you've got Punisher, you've got the Defenders.
Yeah.
Oh, let's just stick
Uh,
to the Marvel, the Disney Plus ones.
the Disney Plus ones.
Yeah, the
My
Moon Knight.
my favorite is probably ooh. I like Daredevil Born Again. I like it because they how do I put it? You know, they're they're not holding anything back. You
Yeah.
know,
Okay. Brian?
I think Punisher one shot was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Punisher
good.
was that it was gory, it was bloody, it was really rated. For me, I think it was rated R. I don't know why they didn't rate it R, but to me it was pretty heavy, and they stayed true to being the Punisher. Um, in that standpoint, yeah, Punisher
Hmm.
did give me that comic fan vibe. I'm like, wow, this actually is the way he's supposed to be. Like,
Sure.
mad killer and like no holding back and stuff like that. Daredevil was good. Um, but there was just certain things that I was like, oh, what if this? What if that? Like, but I think we'll get with Spider-Man coming out in the next couple of weeks, we'll get some clues in regards to what is going on with the Punisher and everybody else. So
I hope we see more of him beyond Spider-Man.
The Punisher
Yeah.
one shot was the best show this season for me, but
Mhm.
the best one so far was Hawkeye.
Hawkeye was good.
The Hawkeye
Hawkeye,
series, really
Hawkeye
good
was, and Hawkeye
because
for me was, go ahead.
it was his story, but it showed little glimpses of how it touches upon the bigger universe,
It did.
and that was to me the best ones overall. Punisher
Is
was the best one this season and the best comic,
uh,
but it didn't tell me how the rest of the Marvel universe played. It was just strictly Punisher,
now let
which
me ask you something. You
which was
mentioned
good.
Hawkeye. Sorry. You mentioned Hawkeye. Is that the last we've seen of him, or are we going to see him again?
Don't know. I can't. I don't know all of these things, and I'm hoping, I'm hoping that they do whatever they have to. That in this movie, at least, we see all the Avengers together again in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's another universe, Wanda and Vision, I don't care. But I'd love to have seen
Yeah.
the original cast all together again.
I
And
want
they,
Sam back. Samuel L. Jackson back.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be back.
Well, it's
yeah,
Listen,
and
not listed in his IMDb as what he's doing. So I'm like,
they listen. I do not. Marvel can be very tricky. Disney Marvel can be very tricky when they want to.
oh no, of course. And with Kevin being, the lead in this whole production thing, I think he does check off a lot of our there's moments that we're like, man, I wish he did this, and he's like, oh, it's messed up. But there's always he can only do so much, and I think adding Chris Evans, adding Robbie Downey Jr., adding all these other actors that have been part of what Marvel MCU is now, it's just history again in the making
Yeah,
because
I think
there's
that's true. History remade again.
I
So
have a
listen,
question for you guys.
go ahead.
Is there one character that we've not seen in the MCU that is, I mean, could be part of the MCU that we will see in the future? That you guys are looking forward to seeing. For
hmm.
instance, I want to see Blade. I'm dying to see Blade. I know we heard his voice in
They said that was
Eternals.
dead. They said
Again,
that he said he feels bad that he had not been able to pull that together and that it's a dead project.
I thought they were gonna do.
Go look at the recent interview by Kevin Feige.
So no more Blade, no more.
That's what it's looking like.
Man, I guess Ryan Reynolds didn't do his job because he said he was pushing to get Wesley another turn.
It might be Wesley, but not Marshall Ali.
Well, if they're gonna do it, I mean, there's only one
But
more
We'll see.
person, and that's
it had to do
Wesley.
with writing also.
There was a
Yeah,
lot of outside factors, and like I said, people don't have the jobs like they used to, even in the entertainment world. And
that's true.
so these guys are taking other jobs. They got to keep their dues and money coming in, pay their bills.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's why we
I
see
don't know
Wesley
if there's
doing
anybody
direct stuff.
I've seen a lot. There's not anybody definitely that I've seen Wonder Man. I would love to see Wonder Man and Beast together like they used to be buddies, going out on the bar. I would like to see like just a little, like a short with them two going out to a bar drinking and getting into some trouble, like they used to in the '70s and '80s Avengers. But I don't think there's anybody that I haven't seen that I haven't seen yet.
Hmm.
Brian.
Oh, this is a tough one because I have like probably five of them that I would like to see.
Yeah.
Um, Blade is one of my top 10 characters out there.
Hmm.
And when they introduced him again in Deadpool, I was like, whoa, this is no way. And then we got Wesley Snipes back. I
I
was
like
like,
that.
because the thing is that as time goes by and technology is more advanced and you start seeing them on screen, you're like, wow, he did play a solid Blade. Wait, crappy graphics. It's like when you look at it, the bar fight, I mean the club fight, the underground fight, all these things, these were shots that were like masterpiece. And then when you're putting it in now and fast forward 20 years, you're like, now does this all make sense? Technology is also, for example, the clip of Mystique grabbing the baton and just going like this, and then shifting into her Mystique and changing into,
Mhm.
was it not Black
Yelena.
Widow? What's yeah, into her, and I was like, wow, like this is the way they did it, and it's like seeing her
Mhm.
now, costume wise, it's a clip, but there's a lot of judging there, but I mean, hey, I'm not picky.
Yeah.
But
All right, listen, guys. Let's cut it short now. We're running up on an hour here, so
yeah,
we're going to go ahead, and if you guys are able to, we can talk about DC next week.
yeah,
So
it's
I'll
about the
reach
same
out to you
time.
if you
I'm
guys
good.
want to. We're going to talk about that. Okay.
I'm down for DC.
Yeah,
All right, man. Everybody, thank you very much. Have a good one.
All
later,
right.
guys.
Peace.